Shalom, shalom, y'all Kaba Shema, Makashan, Moshiach, Haushai, Za'aka, Wa'ala, Tazmak Shai, Yashmala. This your brother and servant, Tazmak Shai, Yashmala. Coming back at you with another blessing. Concerning this coronavirus and why I see through the scriptures that it's going on and just some other things. But I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. The first scripture I'm gonna read is Deuteronomy. It's a lot there. Deuteronomy 28, 58 through 61. Deuteronomy 28, 58 through 61. Reads, thou wilt not observe, thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh thy power. Verse 59, then Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Verse 61, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. So, these plagues, he said he's going to bring the plagues of Egypt upon us, even the plagues that are not written in this book. So he knew that wicked man were going to have this imagination to devise and create plagues and diseases, these laboratory made diseases. It's a couple, like one of the things they show you, like there's a game called The Division, in the beginning of it, they show how the airports would be shut down, how this disease would be spread through money, how food would be empty on the shelves, and how people would be running rampant in the streets just because of not being able to get anything because they stopped to import and export everything that's going on. Like I'm telling you, this game shows, and even the Army of the 12 Monkeys, this movie with Brad Pitt, where they show how they spread that disease. They came up with this disease and spread it around. So they've been shown that they do these types of things. Right, so every plague, every disease or sickness which is not written in the book of this law. Right, so on the second Esdras, chapter 15, 1 through 9. Second Esdras, chapter 15. Verse 9. It reads, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You know, like the scripture says, it's impossible to please him without faith. Right? It says, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So, you know, let's read it. This is saying the Most High is tired. It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And wickedness, and we can look at America, right? America has spread itself everywhere, tried to take its ideas to everywhere on this earth. Wickedness, you know, and everybody deals with America, this harlot, right? This modern day Egypt for import, export, and other different things, whether it be that or them going over there, bullying their way into their land and setting up and making them think that they need them, or going there even when they don't want them to be there, just, you know, pretty much operating in a way where they force themselves on people. So this wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. You think about homosexuality running rampant, pushing it like crazy. You know, you can't even turn the TV on without seeing that these days. You know, so the Most High, he's tired. You know, the innocent blood cry out, our people getting murdered in the streets every day. You know, and not just in the streets, in other ways, you know, and innocent blood cry out, as the scripture says. So you're gonna go to Amos 3 and 6, just to show, because these men do these things, like we was just reading about how every plague which a man make, right? But we're gonna go to Amos 3 and 6. And it reads, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh have not done it? You know, he says, I believe it's in Isaiah, you know, let's just get it real quick. One second. I'll get it. I'll make sure I'm quoting the scripture right. 1 second. But I believe it's paraphrasing. It says, I do good and create evil. I create light and dark. I Yahweh do all these things. We're gonna get it just to be sure it's being said right. 5 and 7. So I'm gonna read it right here. It says, I form light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. Right? And that's Isaiah 45 and 7. So that's why it says in Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Yahweh have not done it? Right? So we know that even though there's a man that's carrying these actions out, the Most High is the one that puts things in the hearts of man to carry out his will and purpose. Right? Going on to Numbers 21. Numbers 21, 1 through 9. Says, and when King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto Yahweh and said, if thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And Yahweh hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered of the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of the place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against the Most High and against Moses, wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? It says, for there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our souls loatheth this light bread. And Yahweh sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Yahweh and against thee. Pray unto Yahweh that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people, and Yahweh said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. So this is showing how the Most High is the one that is saving us, and that is going to come up later. It shows how the word of the Most High is what's saving us, and not ourselves. Even showing what we're going through now. You know, we can't always make things happen ourselves, and even when we do, it's still the Most High working. You know, so we just have to understand that the Most High is our rock and our strong tower, and that's what we have to lean on. But we want to keep on moving and go. You know, that's an example of how the Most High saved us. Like, we can't save ourselves. It says, no man shall save thee. Right? And Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Back here, let's see on there. Deuteronomy 28. So this is talking about how no man will save us. It's the Most High that's going to save us. Even going into our captivity over here in the so-called Americas. Deuteronomy 28:68 says, "And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Means no man shall save you, right? Because no man can save us. Only the power of the Most High. Even how it says, let's get this. Let's see. And so, all praise. So this is Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of Yahweh unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith Yahweh." Right? Now let's go up a little bit. Get some context here. Then an angel so it's saying pretty much, you go back and read, but it's saying not by power or might shall we be saved, but by the Spirit of Yahweh. It says, verse 7, "Who art thou, O great mountain before Zerubbabel? Thou shalt become a plain, and shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of his house. The hands shall also finish it. Thou shalt know that Yahweh of hosts sent me unto you." So it's saying that's how it was talking about how we would be saved at that time. And you know, there's the only thing under the sun, right? So the Most High is going to save us through the Spirit, through His Word, because His Word is Spirit, right? All right, we're getting back to the scripture. Wisdom of Solomon 16. Wisdom of Solomon 16, 9 through 12. Wisdom of Solomon 16, 9 through 12. So it reads, For them the bitings of grasshoppers and flies killed, neither was there found any remedy for their life, for they were worthy to be punished by such. But thy sons, not the very teeth of venomous dragons overcame, for thy mercy was ever by them and healed them. Right? So it said venomous snakes couldn't even touch us because the Most High's mercy was with us. So this is showing, you know, have to have faith in the Most High. He can stop anything. Like, He created time and space and all the elements and everything we use to build houses and cars and all these things. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, He spoke a thing and it came to be. You know, that's going to come up too. it says, verse 11, for they were pricked that they should remember thy words, and were quickly saved, that not falling into deep forgetfulness, they might be continually mindful of thy goodness. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Yahweh, which healeth all things. For thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringeth up again. That was verse 13. So the Most High got power of life and death, and you know he can do anything. You know what I mean? It's the Most High. You know, we just gotta have faith in him. Have faith in him, man. You know, he's the ruler and possessor of all things. You know, great I am. You know, the one, our Father, that caused the flood to destroy the whole earth, that gave Moses power to split the Red Sea. You know, that changed Paul from a murderer into a follower of Hamashiach. You know, it's just so many things the Most High has done that we should be grateful and thankful for. And always look for the blessing in the curse, because there's always a lesson to be learned in everything that we go through. And it's so hard in the midst of it, in the midst of the trouble, to see the blessing, to see the good. But if you look hard enough, you can see the light shining through in the Most High, building you up to something stronger and better. You know, I know it's hard in the trenches. In the trenches, it's difficult to see that, but it's real. Let me see. Where we at? Oh, yeah. Romans. Romans 10, 14 through 17 says, how then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. You know, so this is saying, you know, hearing the word pretty much is going into hearing the word of the Most High is what gives you faith, right? Hearing the word of the Most High is what gives you faith. And it's impossible to please him without faith. So if you haven't heard his word, it's impossible to really please him if you haven't heard the word of the Most High and are doing what you need to do to walk in that word. That's what's well pleasing unto him. It's following the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So over here to Sirach, chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse 15 says, they that fear Yahweh will do. So like they that fear Yahweh will not disobey his word. They that love him will keep his that fear Yahweh will see that which is well pleasing unto him. Right? And they that love him shall be filled with his law. They that fear Yahweh will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of Yahweh and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. You know, his majesty is great. You know what I mean? So his mercy is great. Because his majesty, you look at the things he's created. You know, it's vast, it's beautiful. You know, the Most High, he's willing and prepared to show mercy. We just have to be willing to do the things that we need to do in order to receive it. I'm going to go to Hebrews 11, 1 through 6. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 through 6 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen are not made of things which do appear. Meaning, the things which we see was not made of things that we can see, right? Because it was his word that created these things. So it wasn't, you know, it was already wood here and he just took wood and formed a tree. No, he spoke that and a tree was formed, right? Says, by faith Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated, and that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased the Most High. Right? Impossible to please him without faith. Verse 6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So that faith, you must believe in the Most High for him to operate for you and in you. Right? So we'll go to Luke 17 through 19. Luke 17 through 19 says, and Yahushua answering said, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? There are not found that return to give glory to the Most High, save this stranger. And he said unto him, arise, go thy way, thy faith hath made thee whole.